excited to kick off the weekend with a Studio 10 stage. This week's performer is more than just that. He is an educator, a musician, a speaker, and a family man.
That's why he's joining us right now. We have the one and only Rodney Page. Welcome into Studio 10. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you for having me on today.
Yes, we're so excited to have you on because you've been sharing your skills with the community for more than 20 years. But what was the first thing, what drew you to the violin in the first place?
Well, I have to be honest with you. It was my mother making me play the violin.
Oh my goodness.
Voluntold.
Yes, that's right, voluntold. But you know, once I got started with it and really got into it more, I really started to enjoy it, and I just fell in love with the instrument, the sound, and just how it can move people.
That is awesome. And audiences all over mid-Michigan have fallen in love with you and your music and your work. Now, you've performed all across the state, but also even in China. Now, what have you learned from a lot of those experiences?
Well, I think what I've learned is that music truly is a universal language. And so I was in China playing with the South Shore Symphony. And what we were doing is a tour throughout China, throughout different places. And it was amazing how, not even being able to speak the language, I was still able to communicate with people through my instrument. So I loved every second of it.
I love
So
that.
powerful. And you've been sharing your skills too in music education in East Lansing, St. John. So what is some of the advice that you give to students that, you know, are learning right now?
Sure. I think really just to stay with it, to stay focused with it, and just realize how much of an honor and how much you can change people's lives with music. And you're gonna have your tough days. They're gonna have your days where it doesn't sound right or it doesn't line up with how you're thinking it should go. But if you just stay with it, it will pay big dividends in the end.
Oh, I love that. It's so inspiring. And you've released EPs, some that we're looking at right here. But talk to us about your creative process and, you know, what inspires you also behind the music.
So for the EP, but even just all my music, I really wanted to have some music of my own that I could leave as a legacy for my sons. I've spent the majority of my career playing other people's music, which I will still continue to do. But it's just something, there's a more like personal experience that you have when it's your own music. And that was really the inspiration behind it.
Oh, I love that. So you will be performing for us just after the commercial break. So what song, what can we expect to hear from you?
So I actually am playing a pop tune, but I'm putting my own spin on it with the violin.
Okay. Ooh, look at you hear that tease. I like it. We're on the edge of our seats.
That's right. And we're going to hear a little bit of that own spin in just a moment. So stick around. That performance is coming up next on our Studio 10 stage. We'll be right back.